I planned the perfect goodbye.
You have gotta be kidding me.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 TV show finale happy endings.
I, personally, would not have missed this for the whole wide world.
You're only saying that because you haven't gone to bed yet.
For this list, we'll be looking at the final episodes of our favorite TV series that left us feeling satisfied, content, and full of happy tears. Since we're revealing the plot of these episodes, a spoiler alert is now in effect. If these TV show finales brought a smile to your face, let us know in the comments. Number 10. Goodnight Seattle. Frasier. Frasier was a sitcom that had us in stitches for over a decade, and the finale brought the series to a perfect conclusion. Frasier realizes that his loved ones are all moving on, and he wants a fresh start.
Well, I'm spending a lot of time alone lately. Well, Dad and Ronnie are still on their honeymoon. Oh, yes, they thank you for that very thoughtful radon detector you sent.
He decides to take his radio show to San Francisco, but what we see instead is him moving to Chicago to start a new life with his girlfriend, Charlotte.
What?
Does it mean you're really leaving? What will I ever do without you? You're the sweetest, most wonderful.
It's okay, Roz. He's not going till next week.
Let her talk, Dad.
We watched for years as Frasier hosted his radio show where he gave advice to callers, and his last broadcast was as poignant as it was tear-jerking. He signs off with one final Goodnight Seattle, as he had done every show, wrapping up the fictional show and this beloved sitcom perfectly.
Well, you were listening too. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Good night, Seattle.
Number 9. The Last Day. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Is there any other way for the 9-9 to end than with one final heist?
It's me, Captain Holt. It's heist day, Jake.
Jake enlists Amy's help to pull off a meaningful final day before he becomes a stay-at-home dad. But what happens instead is, of course, full of unexpected twists and turns. Terry ends up becoming captain of the 99th Precinct, and Holt also creates some hijinks in an attempt to say goodbye to the crew before becoming deputy commissioner.
You see, the whole heist was a ruse for the perfect goodbye plan.
I mean, it wasn't that perfect. A real perfect goodbye would have had
Sentimental gifts for everyone.
Damn it!
But most shocking of all, Hitchcock makes a grand return to be crowned the grand champion of the 9-9. The gang spends the final moments of their last day reminiscing before getting into the elevator together. But don't worry, the heists will live on forever. Number 8. Chapter 100. Jane the Virgin. Throughout this show, viewers wondered whether Jane would end up with Michael or Raphael, and they were curious about who the mysterious narrator was.
Friends, where to start? With the accidental insemination? With the love story? With the heartbreak?
Both of these questions are finally answered as the series came to a close, and the answers made for a very satisfying ending. There wasn't a dry eye in the house as we saw Jane and Raphael exchange their vows and start their life together as newlyweds. But it's the reveal about the narrator that left us reeling.
I practiced with great grandma. She said I would be great at voiceover work.
And for the record, I am. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
We discover that the narrator is in fact Jane's son, Mateo, who is narrating the telenovela version of Jane's book. We couldn't have asked for a better ending to the show, and a better start for this family.
So, I never asked you. What happens at the end of your book?
They make it into a telenovela.
Number 7. One Last Ride. Parks and Recreation. A flash forward is a surefire way to wrap up a TV series on a happy note, and Parks and Recreation does just that.
Perhaps we could skip ahead and just hit the highlights?
I mean, I planned a comprehensive retrospective, but I guess I can just focus on the really important moments.
Our favorite government workers get together one last time to fix a broken swing before parting ways. And we're thrilled to see that everyone ends up right where they should.
Let's make a new one. Let's fix the swing. One last ride for the Parks and Rec gang. Who's in?
Jerry, Gary, Larry, Terry becomes mayor of Pawnee. April and Andy become parents, and Leslie becomes governor of Indiana.
I started my career more than 30 years ago in the Parks and Recreation Department right here in Pawnee, Indiana. I've had a lot of different jobs, including 2 terms as your governor.
The only bummer is that Leslie gets a library named after her, of all things. But it also looks like Leslie ended up becoming the president or vice president of the United States, so it's safe to say everything worked out for the members of the Parks Department. Number 6. The end is at hand and what we're fighting for. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The best finales end with good defeating evil, and the characters getting what they really want in life.
You did it. Hey, it worked.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. delivers on all of these fronts, as we see this show, set in the MCU, end with the agents finally defeating the Chronicoms. The characters then move on, with Simmons and Fitz raising Alia, Coulson taking a trip around the world, and May becoming a professor at S.H.I.E.L.D. Academy. As the agents reunite 1 year after the Chronicom battle, they all seem content with where their lives have ended up, and we couldn't be happier to see the show conclude this way.
I fought aliens, demons, and androids. And this is the first time in my life I've ever felt this exhausted.
Amen to that.
What do you know about being exhausted? You're retired.
Number 5. All Sales Final. Superstore. The final season of this series was full of ups and downs, from dealing with COVID-19 to Amy moving away and moving back to the store shutting down.
I thought I'd show up on the last day and surprise everybody.
That's so nice. What's the surprise?
Just me.
Oh, I thought it would be like donuts or something.
The finale brought viewers closure after the chaos of season 6, as all of the characters move on from Cloud 9. Hearing Garrett's final announcement as the store closes is bittersweet, and the flash forward shows us what happens to everyone afterward.
You know, most jobs suck 99% of the time. So you really gotta enjoy those moments that don't.
Glenn starts his own business with Cheyenne and Mateo by his side, and best of all, Jonah and Amy get married and have a child of their own. In the end, we see that everyone stayed in each other's lives, as they are still a family with or without Cloud 9.
Thank you for shopping with us. Cloud 9 is now closed.
Number 4. Always. Friday Night Lights. With clear eyes and full hearts, this finale can't lose. It's no surprise that the series ends with East Dillon getting a big win, but viewers will know that winning is not the most important thing in life or in this show.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Vince Howard to the line. If the dream is going to happen, it has to happen right now. This is for everything.
After the championship, we get to see where everyone ends up. A lot of the players continue playing on the super team as they're joined by West Dillon, and Coach Taylor decides to move on from his life in Texas.
Let's go, fellas. Let's go.
As Tammy takes on a new role in Philadelphia as the Dean of Admissions, Coach Taylor finds a brand new group of athletes to inspire at his new coaching job in Philadelphia.
Tonight you go home, you get your studies done, you get your rest, because you're going to be back here tomorrow at 6 a.m. It means no later than 5:45. Understood? Yes, sir! Clear eyes, full hearts.
Number 3. Happy Ending. Schitt's Creek. This show had us in happy tears all throughout its run, and the finale was no exception. Everything seems to be going wrong on Patrick and David's wedding day, from the venue being rained out to Alexis wearing what is clearly a wedding dress.
Thank you, David. You look very expensive and gorgeous, too.
It's white. You're wearing a white dress.
Duh, it's black and white themed. What was I supposed to show up in, pink?
Or black. You're wearing a wedding dress to my wedding.
But everything ends up coming together perfectly for the big day. The final scene shows everyone going their separate ways the day after the wedding.
I love you.
Bye, son.
Bye, I'll see you soon.
As the Roses drive away and look back at the town sign, albeit with a few major changes, Johnny can't help but smile.
What is it?
Just wanted one last look.
The title of the finale is Happy Ending, which has a hilarious dual meaning, and we can't really imagine a better conclusion to this beloved show. Number 2, Whenever You're Ready, The Good Place. In this series finale, the characters figure out that living forever in the afterlife is pointless once everything in their lives is resolved. Instead, they want to move on from the universe once they feel satisfied and ready.
I just suddenly had this calm feeling, like the air inside my lungs was the same as the air outside my body. It was peaceful.
Every character decides it's their time one by one, and it leaves us feeling peaceful and content as they all make the decision to go. Eleanor, however, panics as everyone departs, but Chidi leaves Eleanor with some words of wisdom before she realizes she's ready too.
The wave returns to the ocean, where it came from, and where it's supposed to be.
Even Michael gets a happy ending, as he goes on to live a life on Earth so he can experience the afterlife as well, which he had never had the chance to do before.
Oh, wow. I think I know what this is. Oh my. Oh, my. Look at that. Oh, thank you. Thank you so very, very much.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Finale, The Office. If there was ever a finale that made us happy, cry tears, and laugh until our stomachs hurt, it was definitely this one. The finale takes place a year after the documentary premiere, as Angela and Dwight are getting married and Michael returns in a surprise appearance as Dwight's best man.
Michael, I can't believe you came. That's what she said.
This episode is filled with a series of hilarity, including good pranks from Jim, Angela getting kidnapped the night before her wedding, and Ryan and Kelly running away together.
I love you.
I love you too.
We're gonna be together forever.
We're running off into the sunset.
I finally mastered commitment.
The moment that left us with a smile on our faces was the final scene, in which the characters reflect on their time at Dunder Mifflin, and Pam talks about finding beauty in everyday things.
All in all, I think an ordinary paper company like Dunder Mifflin was a great subject for a documentary. There's a lot of beauty in ordinary things. Isn't that kind of the point?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.